Very good morning to everyone. I am Dr. Shovik Chatterjee, Head of the Department of Juridical Sciences, GIS University. Continuing with my lecture relating to competition law, this is the lecture in respect of cartels. I have already talked about price fixing cartels and market allocation cartels. Now I want to continue with the other form of cartel, that is basically called output restriction. Generally speaking, these types of restrictions are more serious in respect of the pharmaceutical industry, the medicine industry. I can give a simple example. Maybe the most common type of digestive medicine that is sold by different pharmaceutical shops include the Digene. Now there might be 4 big wholesalers in respect of Digene in enter Kolkata, and I'm just giving lay examples that maybe it's Bhogilal, maybe Ramkanai, maybe BK Pal, right? These are the main companies. Now what happens is if they unilaterally enter into a so-called arrangement, cartel basically is related to secret arrangement, whereby from the time the manufacturer creates the Digene, they themselves, while supplying to 25 different retail chains in Kolkata, they stop it for a certain period of time. They stop it for 2 months, they stop it for 4 months, and the artificial crisis just continues. The moment a respective medicine, continues with crisis, whenever it comes back, there are options of, either adding prices or thereafter, another medicine is either it enters the market, or ultimately what happens is the cartel basically leads to, all these retailers paying extra amount of prices to these, existing wholesalers to get the supply of the stock back. That means an artificial crisis was being created, and the artificial crisis has resulted in increase of the prices and reduction of choices. So this is something which the economists never want. So again, output restriction, as a form of cartel is something which is absolutely discarded by the economists. So in the Indian context also, it's considered to be one of the cartels, and the Competition Commission of India also accepts them if established of respective activities having appreciable adverse effect on competition. The fourth type of the cartel, which are very common all across the world, include bid rigging. Now bid rigging also has a terminology that basically is called collusive tendering. Tenders are floated in every respective field, whether it is related to building of roads, whether it is related to building of railway tracks, whether it is related to building of special economic zones or whatever chemical industries. Now what happens is, it is expected by the economists that the best bidder should win the bid. If the right tender is being won, then only the right materials basically come and the project becomes successful. It's like, I can give examples. The Damodar Valley Corporation of India, they have built brilliant bridges and brilliant dams at respective places related to the big river Damodar. There are landmark, dams that have been created in respect of Maithon and in respect of Panchet. These are dams being created on top of Damodar river, and these dams actually, they diversify the water of Damodar and stop them from actually creating floods during the rainy season. And with that ploy itself, hydroelectric energy is being created, and thereafter it's converted into electricity which is being used by different parts of West Bengal. Now what is being said over here is that the tender that is being created in respect of building of the dam or whatever, they are floated in such a manner that there is transparency relating to who is actually winning the tender. And obviously, if the best group who already has experience, who already had provided good materials, if they win the tender, definitely the material that will come and the project that will be taken up is going to be a fantastic project. And that had happened over there. Problem lies wherever the best bidder doesn't win the bid. There are numerous instances to that. If the best bidder doesn't win it, whoever else wins it, just due to the fact that there might be some close association with the, the parties who are administering the tender, or maybe close association with some state government or local government or whatever, that leads to huge amount of drawback. What happens is the materials become substandard, projects get disturbed, and it can actually lead to the losses that accrue for crores and crores of money. In the world, it's considered to be a very, very very serious cartel across the world.